Hey everybody, how you doing? Live. Not going to spend a lot of time on this at all, but I had it in the queue, so I figured I'd get it out. Last weekend, before last weekend, on I believe it was Saturday, now NBA champion head coach of the Boston Celtics, Joe Mazzula, deflected a question that had to do with his thoughts on the fact that he and Jason Kidd were only the second time in NBA history that two black coaches faced each other in the NBA Finals. And rather than say, "Hey, I think that's wonderful" or something and move on with it, for reasons best known to Joe, he had to deflect the question with, "Well, I don't see anyone asking who among us is Christian." And while it is a legitimately honest question, it was a form of gaslighting the reporter who asked a very timely and honestly put, without insults, question regarding race. I mean, look, let's face it. The vast majority of NBA players are black, but the vast majority of NBA head coaches are not. And that looks like the underpinnings of a kind of slave situation where you have the masters, the owners, running the players who are the slaves. Having black coaches is a gigantic scream, and black general managers and black owners in particular, is a gigantic primal scream that this truly is a meritocracy, this society, and that we're not trying to keep someone down because they're darker than somebody else or vice versa. And that everybody who believes in the idea of America should be fighting, not fisticuffs, but ideologically fighting to make us be that country that is truly advancing of anyone who can be the head coach and call the shots. And it's weird that when we've talked about people who aren't the white male standard being NBA head coaches, that some have been just as quick to promote white women as black men, almost as a kind of a thumb in the eye. And then we have Clay Travis, who really I don't know much about and don't want to, because my only familiarization with this person is by these tweets he puts out that are always attacking someone or being racist in his point of view. And yet he has the nerve, this Clay Travis guy, he has the nerve to, in the middle of doing all this, tell other people that they're race baiting. So here's this guy who's only attracted to a race situation, this one involving race. Really, there's no such thing as race. You know that, don't you? You know that we're all human beings, and that this idea that we're racist, that we're race separated is ridiculous, because we're really in truth mixed up with a lot of different folks. But Clay doesn't keep that in mind. Racism is a mental illness, and it causes people to say things that are absolutely ridiculous and do things that are stupid and criminal. And Clay falls into the former category of saying things that are absolutely stupid. He does it a lot. And he did in this instance. And I pointed out to him a number of times when I felt like writing, as opposed to using my platform and my network, that his position is illogical. Now, does Clay Travis actually know who I am? I doubt it. But it doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that I am issuing this counter idea to his racism, where he's blasting somebody for mentioning race. No, talk about it. All right? Talk about it. Because people who can talk about race realize that we're really talking about ethnicity. And anyone who claims that they don't want to talk about race, like Clay, I'll bet you has his favorite, let's see, Mexican food, let's see, Italian food, let's see. Maybe he likes soul food, let's see. Maybe he likes Norwegian delicacies. You get what I'm saying? The foods that you and I like are created by different people around the globe who grew up under different circumstances. And the best way to discover your humanity is to learn about them. The best way to learn about them is to listen when somebody else talks. And there's an old saying, if you want to tell someone that they're hurting you, just say, ouch. Just like you're 5 years old. Ouch, that hurts. Ouch. So if that's the case, then if somebody is saying, hey, look, what you're saying is racist and it's hurting my feelings, they're saying, ouch, that hurts. It is wrong for you to not acknowledge that. It's not adult. It's not even something you want to blame the kid for being. It is horrible behavior. Horrible. There's nothing noble about it. There's nothing intelligent about it. And there's everything evil about it. Okay? So Clay's trait is stop being evil. Stop being anti-intellectual. Stop being that guy that feels like he has to use race to come up with stupid things to say and stupid situations. I don't care if it's getting you views and clicks, because there are a lot of people out there, unfortunately, who are bitten by the bug. I should more appropriately say haunted by the mental disease of racism. The best way to work it out of them is to talk about situations where you perceive that there's racism and say, you know what, this can't happen. I don't care what color the person is. I don't care if it's someone like what Sidney Poitier faced or what happened to George Floyd and Marjorie Taylor Greene's more recent comments, which were a big, awful no-no on her part. She should know better. Or what Caitlin Clark is going through, because look, she set the record for shooting in the NCAAs for both women and men. People forget that. She didn't come up just because she was white. She came in because she mastered the bang. What I mean by that, the three. All right? And so it's wrong for all these women who are taking cheap shots at her, both physically, verbally, and mentally, who are black, to do that. That's racist. All right? Clay Travis has no problem talking about that, but he has a problem coming to defense of anyone black. I've seen it again and again and again and again. This man is sick. Clay Travis is a sick man, in my opinion. All right? So better he go away and go the way of the dodo bird, because he seems to want to give people the impression that he thinks like a dodo bird. I certainly hope I'm wrong. I don't know the man. I've never met the man. But people, when they put themselves out that way, a lot of the time, they're basically communicating to you that this is who they want to be. Ugh, insufferable. Insufferable. Congratulations to Joe Mazzula. It was wrong, Joe, for you to deflect that question. And not only that, you have a separate story to tell, because I believe, your father is Italian, but your mother is black, if I have that correct. And then, of course, Jason Kidd, also mixed parentage. So there's another story in there that we don't get to find out about when people don't want to talk about race. The fact of the matter is, regardless, hey, just like Barack Obama, you're still black. All right? And you have a story to tell. And we have a right to hear it. And I don't want the Clay Travises of the world telling me I don't. All right. Subscribe to Zenny62 on YouTube and bookmark Zenny62blog.com. Thanks.